Guys, as an entrepreneur, your business will always be a direct reflection of your body. Your personal standards as a business owner are absolutely mandatory. And if your body, your brain, and your business are not in synergy with one another, you will be destroyed by the competition. You have to understand things from a bird's eye view. Look at it from the perspective of if someone has that 1 to 10% edge on you, with their energy, their health, their performance, their creativity, their thinking, wouldn't it be true for them to be able to pave past you in this blood sport game, which is business, at a faster rate, with more energy, more conviction, and more confidence? The thing for so many business owners right now is you know in your heart and head that with one bad month, you could completely be destroyed in the marketplace and go bankrupt. Yet, you don't actually look at the most important thing, which is your health. Pulling the big lever, which is putting you back in the driver's seat of your own life so you can lead, command respect, step into any room and garner the status which is required to grow your business, and most importantly, lead your team. Being a high performer does come at a cost though. There's no quick fix, there's no shortcut. It takes time. But with the right system, you will always find yourself winning, and continuing to win at the highest level, because the world will always reward the most competent people. And if you are competent with your energy, your stress management, your sleep, your supplementation, your nutrition, your exercise regime, guys, you will move through life like an operator. Not like some burnt out, lethargic business owner whose cholesterol, stress, vices are all spread. The thing is, right, if you're maybe the business owner right now watching this, you have to ask yourself right now, if I was to become a better version of me, would the quality of the results I'm seeing in my business exponentially increase? The answer always will be yes. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. There's no single doubt about that whatsoever, because if you could have that edge every single day, you saw yourself waking up and doubling down on your personal development, because guys, in business and in life, your level of success will never outweigh your personal development. If you're not developing you, the most important person in your life is you. You're at the center of the world. If you're thriving, if you're thinking clearly, if you're able to pull the right strings at the right time because you're now thinking like the person you want to be, then guys, your business will skyrocket. And right now you might be doing good, but you know deep down there's areas that are missing, and it's only, and guys, you know this, it's only going to be a matter of time before you run out of runway, before you burn out, before your stress and anxiety take over, before you have a minor health risk, which completely fills you with anxiety and dread, thinking, fuck, when is this going to catch me? And then you see yourself getting heavier and heavier, softer and fatter as time goes on. And you think, one more month, then I'll prioritize my health, then I'll get here. And the thing is, you're already successful on paper, right? This is the crazy part. You do have a missus, you drive a nice car, you've got a nice watch. Your business is doing relatively well. It just seriously is. But you are going to be the biggest limiting factor inside all of this. You will be your own biggest glass ceiling if you do not solve the most important thing in this world, which is you becoming the most high performance operator you've ever seen. Because think about it, when you're leading a team, scaling a business, hiring and firing, no one is going to respect you if you don't respect yourself. If you're coming in from your lunch break after eating a gluttonous, hyper-palatable, dense meal of donuts and wraps and Chipotle meals or whatever it might be, stinking of cigarettes, jittering off your energy drinks, and coming into your midday break, midday meet up with the team trying to command and lead, they're going to look at you like you're a piece of shit and think, you know what, boss has got shit standards, so I can have shit standards. And that's how it goes. A rising tide will always lift all ships. And having a positive ripple effect will always come down to you being at the best level possible, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. The biggest driving factors for me is meditation, number 1. Cold and heat exposure, number 2. Physical exercise, minimum 3 times a week, training weights. Daily walks, sunlight, dialed in supplementation. A macro-based nutrition strategy that allows me to mitigate brain fog, gastric stress, allows me to feel sharp, aligned, cognizant. Whereas you right now, you are operating potentially like a bloated mess, not thinking clearly with all this brain fog. You've got to look at life from the inside out, right? And with all of our clients, this is something we do primarily within their first 30 days. We make sure their bloods are getting done. We want to see where their blood panel's at, because if your bloods are off in any way, shape, or form, it will be hindering your performance, not only physically, but your energy, your leadership, your testosterone, if that's even leaking, your stress, your cholesterol, everything needs to be dialed into the highest standard, because that is the 1% edges. They are the levers in which now need to be pulled if you want to move forward at the pace you truly want and win so big in business, win so big in life, but you can't win in those areas if you're not winning yourself. Because like I touched on, business itself is a blood sport, and if you're not fit enough to keep up with the race, then your competition will destroy you month on month. And is that why you're operating in business right now? To be destroyed, to be absolutely fucked up the ass every single month by your competition? Think about it. You've got business owner A and business owner B. They run the exact same business. Maybe it's in sales, marketing, maybe it's a dealership, whatever it might be. Could be anything, e-com. But the founder of business A is high performance, dialed in, he's lean, strong, athletic, world-class physique, high performance across the board. Then you've got business owner B, burnt out, stressed, low in confidence, no respect from the external and internal. His personal standards are piss poor and he's bleeding energy every single day. Who do you think in that sense would win? In anything, in any competition, business, life, relationships? It's always going to be business owner A, because he is now willing to do the work, and your level of success in life, guys, will never outweigh your personal development. So your personal development as a business owner has to be a priority. That is why you are limiting your own growth based upon your own personal growth. And if you do not solve the $1 million problem, it's probably costing you $1 million a year not being the man you need to be for yourself, for your team, for your family. It really is. Someone else is willing to do that work, which you're not. Someone else is willing to go that extra yard, and you're not. Someone else is willing to take it up a notch when you're not, because they've done the right things. And guys, I speak all of this from experience. There was a period in my life where I just started making 6 figures for the first time. You know, it was great. I thought it was the shit. But behind closed doors, I was burnt out, reliant on vices, drugs, porn, alcohol. I was sleeping in. I had chronic fatigue, super heightened senses of anxiety. And there was a time that came where I fell asleep at the wheel, driving to a client me up, crashed my car, put other people's life at risk, and put my own life at risk. I was in that moment there. Luckily, no one walked away with serious injuries. Very, very grateful for that. But it was that moment where I decided to change, because that was a period of my life where I wasn't actually sure if I could keep going in business, because I was getting this success externally. You know, people are like, well done, you're killing it, you're growing your business, you're doing all this stuff. But behind closed doors, I had all these negative, toxic traits and habits which were destroying me. And because I had that monetary outcome of, 6 figures a year, I felt that that was the only way I could get to that next level, by keeping up doing what I was doing. But in reality, what I had to do was change me, change my habits, lead myself so I could lead others, and elevate to a higher standard. And that's when I doubled down on all of the core fundamental growth habits. Dialed in my body, dialed in my brain, my cognitive performance, my thinking, and dialed in my business, my leadership, my accuracy. Made sure the marketing, the sales were in alignment with who I was as a person. Made sure my coaching ability was elevated so high up that my clients would never catch me. And I don't say that from an egotistical standpoint, but I will always be better, because I'm always moving forward. I'm always leading from the front. I'm always holding the standard. And that is what is required, because no one will listen to someone if they're not further ahead than them. It's as simple as that. So you as a business owner, you need to be so far ahead of not only your competition, so far ahead of your team, so far ahead of yourself, your old self, that it would be undeniable for you not to grow, develop, and scale at the rate you want. Because especially in this climate right now, guys, it takes a couple of bad moves, a couple of weeks of burnout or low energy for you to completely tank your business, tank your profit margins, eat into savings, and just ruin your P&L, ruin your ability to grow into the next quarter, and so on and so forth. So understand the risks, guys. Understand that if you are not willing to become undeniable for your health, yourself, your physical and mental regulation, your standards, your energy, you will be destroyed in your current marketplace. You will be overlooked in your current marketplace. You will become your own biggest limiting factor and hold yourself back from the exponential growth that you dream about every single night when you go to bed. So really be clear with yourself. You need personal development. You need fitness. You need to be held to a standard in which you now know is aligned with the outcomes in which you want. And this is exactly what we do. There's going to be a link below in the description. If you made it this far in the video, well done. I congratulate you. But if you want us to personally look into your bloods, make sure your hormones, your health, your cholesterol, your energy can be in the best position possible for high performance, click that link. If you want to have a world-class physique, world-class physical and mental performance, you want to have a dialed-in habits protocol that allows you to move through life at pace, think clearly, remove decision fatigue, have a standard and system to operate from, the same way as you'd have SOPs in your business, you have SOPs for your body, and be held around a room of other high performers that are willing to go that extra mile and push you on when you need it the most. That link is below. Hit it. I hope to see you on the inside. Me and you can chat on WhatsApp if you click that link, and we can see if it's going to be the right next move for you. If not, no stress. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.